Hello and welcome to my talk about upgrading your meeting management with Confluence. I'm excited to be here with you on Team 23 and hope you have a great experience so far. I think the topic of meeting management is extremely important because it's in the end how we collaborate with each other and what results we produce as a team, how efficient and effective we are, and these are influencing the outcomes which we produce. Also has a heavy impact on the quality of work lives. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lukas and I've been in the Atlassian ecosystem for over 12 years. And I've been working for different Atlassian Platinum solution partners, mainly in Europe. I've been developing apps and plugins for the server version already. And 2 years ago, we won the fantastic Atlassian Codegeist hackathon with our first app, Meetical Meetings. And last year we won again. And yeah, I'm really honored to run an app business on the Atlassian marketplace. We'll see a few demos also today, and great customers are joining, and we will proceed this year with launching even new great features in the apps. So in this presentation, I will start with a little story, which probably sounds familiar to some of you. How the status meetings almost killed John's credibility as project manager, and what he then did about it, and how he got in contact with Joe, meeting facilitator and designer. And in the end, we are going to see a demo on how things how the methodological things can come together with the real implementation and apps. So John is project manager at Superflow, and he has been there for a few months now, and things have been running okay, but today isn't really his day, because one of his important project is delayed for another time. And the worst is that people don't seem accountable at all. So he got in contact with one of his team members and wants to find out why are they not accountable. So, they even skipped today's status meeting, where he also met with another person from another team, and they are relying on the results from his team. So at the end of the day, he goes over to Eric and asks him, "Hey, why did you skip the status meeting? What's happening?" And he said, "Look, I can't attend 90-minute meetings. I have so many things to do. I don't have time, and I need to get my work done. And actually, everyone is up to date." But is really everyone up to date? He gets in contact with Anna, another team member. And Anna says, "No, actually, I didn't know that Eric is stuck on this technical issue. I could have helped him. But hey, today's meeting, I really got the action item deja vu. Now we already spoke about these things last week, and it seems that things don't get completed." So I talks to Frank and ask him, "Hey, you have several open action items. What's happening?" And he says, "Okay, I have so many things to do. I can't go into any conference pages or meeting notes on OneNote or something and tick these things off. What's not in Jira for me, it's not really happening now." So Joe, the project manager, goes into hero mode and tries to nail all these action items from the meetings, but clearly that's not working out well. And soon he needs to do overtime and things just fall apart. And today is the turning point, really, because his boss comes over and members from other teams are really struggling with the results from John's team. But he clearly needs help. And luckily, he remembers that on the internal Confluence blog of Superflow, the company, there was something about meetings. So better call Joe, the facilitator and meeting designer. That is a new service they used, and John reaches out and immediately he can talk with Joe, and they talk about all the problems in the meetings and the project delays, and together they clearly see that the meeting design is not where it should be, and also tooling. But first of all, they identified 3 problem areas of the meetings. So the first one is that the team members had the false assumptions that they did not need to prepare for these meetings, and so they were not really effective. The second point was it was very poorly balanced input from participants. Some kind of took 15 minutes to talk about everything in detail. Others just said one sentence or had no update. Some sent a message on Slack what they did, but it was not streamlined and it was not well balanced. And the third very important point was that the action items where they were just bullet points, or someone took note on their personal Moleskine, and they were effectively handled, and they seemed to be all assigned to the project manager. Nobody was really accountable for them. So they craft kind of a solution statement from a best practice perspective. And in order to stop the ill-prepared team members, they want to have a collaborative agenda for each and every meeting. We all know that having an agenda is a very important part of an effective meeting, but they want to go one step further and make this agenda very easily accessible, because we know during a busy workday, the last thing we want to do is search for something and maybe not even finding it. And on this collaborative page, things should be clearly defined, and the responsibilities and preparation tasks should be made clear. The second point is that they want to request an asynchronous written update so that the meeting gets much shorter, 90 minutes, and without kind of fixed time boxes assigned. That was not effective at all. So that's the second point, and that should also help to balance the input from participants. And the third point, they want to clearly make sure that the action items are not assigned to the project manager, and they want to handle them more effectively with better reporting and even a team dashboard, if that's possible. Is that possible? I want to implement all this. And luckily on Joe's team, there's Sarah, and Sarah is an expert for Atlassian Confluence, and she also has a lot of experience with the Meetical Meetings app, and recently found during the Codegeist hackathon the new Task Dashboards app. So here's the implementation plan. Point A, we want to link the Confluence agenda and calendar invites and automate all that for recurring meetings. We want to request written updates asynchronously with some sort of reminders so that every team member can prepare well and before the meeting. Then we want to make action items much more visible and assign them to team members. Also, we want to have an easy way to look back, look forward into meetings. This is important to create a sense of progress, right? So what has been achieved, to honor, of course, completed things. And the last point, they want to create a team dashboard, which includes both Confluence and Jira tasks, and show it's also important for capacity planning. So Sarah chose the first page draft, so to say, and they agree that this could be a great design, a meeting page with a comprehensive information showing the open action items for the recurring meetings. They want to focus first on status meetings and team meetings. So this is the design. And they also want to link the page on the calendar invite. They want to have a structure that the recurring meetings should be grouped under a page with reporting for the whole series. And they also want to have the option to structure things into different parent pages for different projects, so to say. And the action items, should be used much more transparent. So following this best practice manually is clearly not a real option. It's a start, but it's not very reliable. So the first thing they want to do is automate Confluence meeting notes. And for this, we're going now here to install the Meetical Meetings app. So let me switch over here and quickly install the app from the Atlassian marketplace. After I install it, I go to the meeting calendar. And I quickly run through the initial setup. And I share my calendar with Confluence. When the calendar is connected to Confluence, I can then navigate to the meeting calendar. And I have all my meetings, which I have in Outlook or Google Calendar right here. Let's create a first page. I choose my space, the demo space. I can here choose a parent page. It could be a project or different types of meetings. And I choose a custom template I created before. I add the page link to the calendar inscription and also immediately turn on automation. So the next pages in this series will get created automatically one day in advance. All set. And now let me open that page. Exactly. And as you see, everything was kind of copied over and will stay in sync with the calendar. I also see the participants' inputs at the bottom. I can quickly navigate to the overview, verify that the automation has been turned on. There's also a report on all things. And I go back to the meeting calendar a second to show you that you can also manage these things directly from this calendar, change automation. Some week is going on, and now have a look at the page. This page was automatically created. You see we have an action item report from past meetings. All participant inputs they have been kind of invited to the meeting and mentioned. And here I go back to the last meeting, and this is great. I can see what progress we made. The next thing is we wanna actually, so this is the internal calendar we just saw. And the next point is that we wanna so first of all, let's see that this is the invite. I got the invite from another user, and here I see the link to the page. No, that's kind of the description. However, I can also install the Confluence Outlook add-in by searching for it on the Microsoft App Store and quickly install it. Once the add-in is added, I can simply go ahead and go to my calendar and open any meeting and bring up the add-in and do the exact same thing we saw on the internal calendar here. Can add a page, choose a space, choose a template, and create a page. And that's really a seamless integration for those who work a lot with Outlook. And it's also great for one-off meetings to quickly create a page. Now, back to Google Calendar. The cool thing, the exact same things plus other features are available for Google Calendar. So we can go here, and after installing, we can click on any meeting. And in this case, we just created the page. So before, I want to show you this cool feature. the new Confluence embedded pages, right? This is really cool. You can also bring this view up during your Google Meet, and edit the meeting notes right into context, without switching over to multiple tabs or apps and getting lost, right? This is really a cool new ability of the Confluence API, which we see here. Yeah, and I can check the automation settings. And furthermore, there's also an improvement for task management. You see all your personal tasks here, or tasks you created, and I can check them off directly here from the extension. I also have a counter you see on the top right, which indicates if there are overdue tasks or how many tasks are assigned to me. So all these things are now possible. So we have these seamless integrations of Google Calendar or Microsoft 365. We have the new Confluence calendar with the ability to create meeting notes. We create the meeting notes, they stay automatically up to date and have action item reports, and it's easy to go back and forth. But now we have a requirement left. Now we heard the voice of our team members, and one said, hey, if it's not on Jira or my calendar, it's not really for me. So let's have a look at this new app. It's a task reports app for Jira. And it brings the ability to create comprehensive reports of the tasks you have in Confluence in Jira. So you can show them side by side. Let's have a quick look. Go to the marketplace and install the app. And after installing, I have here the report, and I can check off tasks. I can group them by assignee or by page where the things appear. Additionally, I'm showing the completed tasks. And there's another gadget which shows kind of the activity, who created tasks, who completed tasks, and a cool analytics view. This also helps to create a sense of progress. And furthermore, we see here the calendar view. We have a nice calendar, and actually I'm even able to copy a calendar subscription URL and have all these tasks right in my calendar. Nice, some sort of reminders. So great, the implementation plan is completed now. We can link the Confluence agenda very easily, automate things, request written updates from the attendees with at mentions. We can make the action items much more visible and have now an ability to go back, forward into meetings. And furthermore, the team dashboard is also quite nice, not only for the project manager, but also we can tailor that to each and every user. And those users are now being able to subscribe to these tasks on their calendar. I want to quickly recap the apps used. Of course, Atlassian Confluence. Probably everyone knows it who is in this audience here. I'm a big fan of it. It's a single source of truth, and it's especially useful for meeting notes. We use Meetical Meetings. That app kind of brings the automation and the calendar integration of Google and Microsoft 365. And we use this new Task Reports app, which brings additional gadgets for Jira and shows all Confluence tasks and statistics even, and calendar integrations on Jira dashboards. So really cool. Now project is running much smoother. Now the people are aligned and the status meeting is much shorter. They have more time to really discuss the real things. The reports are there, and the team is also astonished now how this helps if they can kind of go back and forth and see what they achieved. Okay, this already concludes my presentation. I want to thank you for joining my session today. I hope it helps you to upgrade your meeting management with Confluence. Hope you liked the demo. I wish you a great conference. If you are on site, also check out my other talk about seamless integrations. Visit our website, check out our apps, and get in touch with me on LinkedIn. Any questions, shoot me an email, and I'm always happy to get customer feedback. Thank you, and have a great conference.